Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're unlocking the mind-blowing world of ancient Indian mathematics, a subject way ahead of its time, and the foundation of much of what we use today in science, tech, and engineering. From inventing zero and the decimal system, to calculating pi and even early concepts of infinity, Indian mathematicians were thinking big when the rest of the world was just catching up. Stick around to discover how ancient India shaped the math we use every single day, from classrooms to code. Number 1. Zero. Let's talk about one of the most revolutionary inventions in human history, the number zero. Yep, that simple little circle has a huge story behind it. And guess what? It was India that gave the world this powerful concept. In the 5th century CE, Indian mathematician Aryabhata used a placeholder system that hinted at zero. But it was Brahmagupta, around 628 CE, who formally defined zero as a number. Not just a symbol, but a value with its own rules. He called it shunya, meaning emptiness or void. This wasn't just symbolic, it became the foundation of the decimal system we use every day. Without zero, there's no binary code, no computers, no modern math. Imagine a world without calculators, programming, or digital anything. Zero might look like nothing, but it changed everything. And it all began in ancient India. Number 2. Decimal system and place value. Let's talk about one of ancient India's most brilliant contributions, the decimal system and the place value system. Something we use every single day, often without realizing how revolutionary it really was. Unlike Roman numerals or other ancient number systems, Indian mathematicians came up with a base 10 system, where the position of a digit determines its value, ones, tens, hundreds, and so on. That means the same number, like a 5, can mean 5, 50, or 500 depending on where you place it. This idea might sound simple now, but it was a revolution in number theory. Combined with zero, this system allowed for infinite counting with just 10 digits, 0 through 9, and laid the groundwork for modern arithmetic and even digital computing. Thanks to ancient Indian scholars, the way we count, calculate, and even code today all started with this elegant invention. Pi calculation. Did you know that the value of pi was being calculated in India over 1,500 years ago? That's right. Long before calculators, computers, or even Europe's Renaissance, Indian mathematicians were already working out the secrets of circles. In the 5th century CE, Aryabhata, one of India's greatest scholars, approximated pi as 3.1416, an incredibly accurate value for the time. He didn't call it pi like we do today, but he described a method to calculate the circumference of a circle based on its diameter. Later, mathematicians like Madhava of Sangamagrama in the 14th century went even further, using infinite series to calculate pi to 11 or more decimal places, centuries before calculus was developed in Europe. From ancient geometry to the edge of space science, pi is everywhere, and it all circles back to brilliant minds in ancient India. Number 4. Infinity. What if you try to count forever and still never reach the end? That's the idea of infinity, or Ananta, a concept that ancient Indian thinkers understood long before modern math gave it a symbol infinity. In the Vedas, Ananta means endless, limitless, eternal, used in both spiritual and mathematical contexts. But it wasn't just philosophy. Ancient Indian mathematicians took it further. By the 12th century, Bhaskaracharya talked about numbers approaching infinity and even tackled the idea of dividing by zero, suggesting that 1 divided by 0 tends toward an infinite quantity. They visualized infinity not just as size, but as cyclical, repeating, and boundless, like time, space, and the cosmos itself. Today, infinity is a key part of calculus, physics, and cosmology. But the idea? It's ancient, and it started with the visionaries of India's spiritual and mathematical traditions. Number 5. Algebra. Did you know that algebra, the language of modern science and technology, was already being explored in ancient India over 1,300 years ago. They called it Bijaganita, literally the mathematics of seeds. In the 7th century, Brahmagupta, one of India's greatest mathematicians, wrote a groundbreaking text called the Brahmagupta. Inside it, he laid down systematic rules for solving algebraic problems. He worked with linear and quadratic equations, unknown variables, negative numbers, and even solutions involving zero. And all of this came centuries before algebra became popular in Europe. Indian scholars weren't just doing math. They were shaping the very rules of it. So the next time you solve 4x in an equation, remember, you're walking in the footsteps of Brahmagupta and Bijaganita. And that's a wrap on the incredible journey through ancient Indian mathematics, where the genius of thinkers like Aryabhata, Brahmagupta, and Bhaskara helped shape the mathematical language of the modern world. Whether it's the concept of zero, the place value system, or accurate astronomical calculations, ancient Indian scholars weren't just solving problems, they were laying down the rules for future civilizations. If you found this fascinating, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe bell, and drop a comment below. Which ancient Indian math fact surprised you the most? Thanks for watching, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.